Boom. And we're live. We are live, people. The king is back. The king is back. I'm not exactly the king, but I'm back. Ade Oladipo is back in the green chair. What have I missed? What have I missed from being away for, I don't know, how long have I been away for? 10 days? It's not even been that long. That's the funny thing. It's not been that long. But it does feel like a long time in boxing because so much has happened. Thank you for all the messages and DMs. Everyone thought something was going on. No, just took a break. That's all it was. Just took a break. It's weird how many people thought that I'd signed to Dazn, and so I couldn't really do anything. No, it's not true. It's not true. Actually, well, there's a bit of a story there. Actually, I'll tell you that in a minute. Let's just go through some of your stuff. Rooney AMUFC says, Ade back in the building. Big up, my bro. See you relaxing and that on the gram, living your best life. I have been enjoying life. I didn't just take a week off the YouTube. I took a week off work. Like no Talk Sport, no Sky, no nada. Nothing. Fuck it all. Who's this one? Team Banchamek says, been a long time, Ade. It's only been 8 days. I haven't done a video in like 8 days, but it does feel like a very, very long time. I did let you guys down. I did say I was going to do the Devin Haney, Jorge Linares live watch along. In the end, I was like, I need a break. You know what I mean? Sometimes it gets like that. Sometimes you just need a break. Who's this? Rowan Perry says he's back. He is back. He is back. What's this one? What's this? This one. Disgruntled Buddha says, they say you don't know what you miss until it's gone. I missed you, Ade. Yo, I've got the window open because it's so bloody hot. And I live in the hood. There you go. Police sirens. See, I'm not at the projects yet. Been flicking on YouTube every day to see if there was any update from you. Ruined my cycles to work, bro. Ruined. Disgruntled Buddha, your boy's back. That's it. I'm not going anywhere for at least a year now. Honestly, though, that little break was needed. Now I feel like I've recharged the batteries. I do feel like I'm back. What's this one? Tommy Ellis, about time. Been missing the content. You and Hatman are in a league of your own for boxing content. That's nice to be up there with Hatman, because Hatman, I think, is very, very good. Let's have a quick look. What's this one? Karma. Ade, you're fired. Karma ain't happy with me at all. She ain't happy at all. She ain't happy at all. Sports from Amari Cox says, did you watch the Mayweather live? I did watch the Mayweather fight. Didn't watch it live, but watched it. We'll talk about that because a few of you are saying things like this. Mayweather's ruining his legacy. No, he isn't. No, he isn't. That legacy is in stone. Stone. Rock solid. Can't touch it. It's in stone. Whatever he does after doesn't really count for me. Doesn't count. It's almost like the Roy Jones thing when Roy Jones started to lose those fights towards the end and get knocked out by random people. Like, you think that makes me forget Roy Jones being the GOAT when he was the GOAT? Doesn't matter for me. Floyd's status is in stone. Right now, he's just taking the piss, earning that cha-ching. That's all it is, earning that money. This one. Stephen Dodd says, was wondering where Eddie has been. Missed these videos this week. You know, it's nice to be missed. I like this. Thank you, people. It's nice to be missed. It's good. I'm just going to read it a couple more and then we're going to get into it. Mark Bars. I'm just reading these because these are making me feel good. That's the only reason. It's the only reason I'm reading these out, because you know what? It feels good to be missed. Mark Barsley says, last week was the longest week ever. It was a long week without me, wasn't it? It's true, though. It's true. Even I missed doing the videos. Look, there was a day, it might have been Wednesday, I woke up and I was like, just fucking do a video. Just do a video, Ade. And I was like, no, I need this week off. I needed to recharge the bats. But yeah, we're back now. We are back now. We'll get up. There you go. Look at that. There you go. Quinlan Mana. How am I saying this? Manernaluk, whatever Quinlan, Quinn. I really hope that's not your surname and I've not butchered it. If it is, I apologize right now. Let me say it slowly. Manon. Nah, fuck it. Don't pressure yourself. Breaks are always needed. They are. They're always needed. They're always needed. Who's this one? Anthony Vander says, Ade, glad you're back. Rested and well. Guys, I feel good. I'm rested. What's this one? Ed Whitcomb says, Hatman not posted recently either. Were you on holiday together? No, we weren't. We weren't at all. Oh, here we go. What's this? Here we go. What's this kid? What's he saying now? CRB. You know what? Yeah, can I be honest with you? I've had a nice break here. But this kid CRB keeps messaging me saying, what have you been doing? Have you been doing the AJ Fury doc? Just taking the piss. Shout out to all my AMC apes. Hold. What's AMC apes? I have no idea what this is. Like I'm holding. Here we go. Like I'm holding for Fury versus AJ. Oh, here we go. The Fury AJ documentary trailer looks sick, bro. Delete him. How can I refund you that $4.99? I wish I didn't read that shit. How can I refund you it? Tell me how I can refund you it, please. I don't know what just happened there. Everything just went blank. What we got here? What's Scott Arbuckle saying? For me, Mayweather just see it as a good opportunity to make money. That's all, no harm done. All right, let's talk about Mayweather because everyone's really into it now. First of all, for those of you that are upset about the fight, what did you expect? Like, what were your expectations from this 8-round exhibition where they both have been talking and they both agreed on what the outcome of the fight was going to be? What were your expectations from it? Like, this was Mayweather not having a fight against a real boxer. He was having a fight against a YouTuber. Well, I don't know what did people expect it to be competitive? Did they want Mayweather to knock him out? I don't understand what people were expecting. I expected what I saw. That was it. Would I have liked Mayweather to body him? Yes, I would like Mayweather to have folded that kid in half, but that's not Floyd. Floyd doesn't fight like that. He's never fought like that. Well, not in the last 15 years anyway. So that's just how it is. I didn't expect anything else. People are upset. I don't know why. I think maybe people are upset because Mayweather said things like, what did he say after? This was like a legal bank robbery or something. It's like they just printed money and given it to Mayweather. It was that he probably thought, this is stupid. Like, you really want to pay me how much to fight this YouTuber? I'll do it. Can't blame him. Every other pro boxer that had retired would have done it. All you get some pro boxers. I think I saw Tony Bellew who saying, "Oh, this is a disgrace." You would do it. You would do it. Stop lying. Everyone would do it. I'm not necessarily upset with Mayweather for taking that money. It's easy money. Stealing money from a kid. It's easy money. So I can't blame him too tough. And we're talking, what, 30, 40 million? It's fucking ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Some people are upset about Sky putting it on pay-per-view. Sky, that's the business they're in right now. I mean, look, with what's happened with Matchroom moving along, that might be the kind of events that Sky put on. Although AJ's pay-per-views will still probably be on Sky, by the way. I don't think you guys know that, but you should anyway. Quinn 40 says, yo. Indeed, you were missed a whole week off in the sun. Welcome back, dude. It's been a great week for weather as well, by the way. Oh, you know what we need to talk about very quickly? A few of you have asked me about this Dazn thing. Sorry, a few of you asked me about this Dazn, and I've sent a few messages on Twitter, and a few of you have come from Instagram, and a couple of people have actually phoned me and says, Ade, what's going on with Dazn? I know you've been quiet. Have you signed up to Dazn? No. Now, let me be honest with what's happened, though, because there's no point bullshitting. I have spoken to Matchroom. No lie. I have spoken to Matchroom. There's no point not telling you that. I don't necessarily know if it was something that was going to lead onto Dazn, but I had spoke with Matchroom. Look, you know, the problem is for me with even doing anything with Dazn or Matchroom is I think it affects what I do here on this chair, if I'm honest with you. Like, I think my opinion on things will have to kind of change a little bit, and I'd almost have to cheat what I do here. I don't think I could be honest about a Matchroom Dazn show and still work alongside or work with or work for Matchroom. It's impossible. It's impossible. It's actually quite difficult doing it for TalkSport when I do my little hour show with Gareth A. Davis. So the idea of doing something longer or more permanent with Matchroom and Dazn and then having to come back here and critique a Matchroom show, it's just not going to work, is it? It's not going to work. It's going to be impossible. And yeah, so that's where we are with that. For those of you that have asked and have assumed that I'm doing something with Matchroom and Dazn. No, they've had a conversation, but that's it. That's it. But yeah. 2 seconds. So I'll read a few more comments about this Floyd fight that everyone's a bit upset about. Dumbfound Lanka. Is that right? Dumbfound Lanka. He says, I expected Floyd to do much better. Those telegraph punches, sheesh. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, yeah, Floyd could have stopped that kid with a body shot, I think, in the first round if he wanted to. But Floyd's also a bit of a showman as well. If he stops him in the first round, I mean, I think everyone would go mental. I think everyone would fucking go mental with it. I think he carried him for a little while. Just carried him, and thought, fuck it. Like, if you want honesty from Floyd, you're looking in the wrong places, people. Floyd is all about that's all he cares about. He doesn't necessarily care about putting on a show for people. He's never done that. Floyd's never been one of those fighters that care about his show is out of the ring. Look, I love his fight style, by the way. So this is not me critiquing his fight style, but Floyd's show is outside the ring. You know how many times I've watched a Floyd fight and I was like, oh, this is so boring. That's just Floyd. Floyd deals with what he needs to do outside the ring to sell us the fight. Once he's inside the ring, it's kind of whatever he wants to do. It's not a case of, I'm going to do this to entertain the fans. So you can't expect him at 44 to think, oh, I'm going to somehow do this to entertain the people watching at home. He don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck. Ronan Perry says, how much money is enough money? Well, not enough for Floyd. Not enough for the kind of lifestyle. I mean, you see how Floyd lives. That kind of lifestyle requires money. Big money. I mean, this guy spends stupid money, so it's never going to be enough. It's never. Look, Floyd's even trying to sell the Jake Paul one. He's already started that sell because Floyd's probably thinking this is just easy money, and the Jake Paul one will make more money than this Logan Paul one, especially if Jake Paul can somehow get past Tyron Woodley, which is no gimme. So Floyd's already started that. So it is. What's this one? CRB says, people need to stop comparing Paul brothers numbers to boxers. They're not famous due to YouTube. They had hit shows on Disney channels as teens. Boxers didn't. Maybe. I think there's a bit of both, though. It's their YouTube following as well as them being Disney kid stars. It's a bit of both. It's everything now. It's everything they do, right? I mean, they're machines. They're machines. Yeah. What's this one? Sky opted for Mayweather versus Paul instead of Taylor versus Ramirez. Disgrace. Why is it disgrace? Why is that a disgrace? One's going to make them tons of money, one isn't. What do you think these broadcasters are in the business for? They're not in the business to somehow appease us. They're in the business to make money. Like the amount of money they must have made from that pay-per-view last night would have been incredible. Incredible. Like I think it's unfortunate that they didn't show Josh Taylor Ramirez, but that's not making them money. Josh Taylor Ramirez isn't making them money at 4 o'clock in the morning. They would have had to buy the rights of that fight and it would have cost a hell of a lot. Logan Paul versus Floyd, chuck it on pay-per-view, has made them a tremendous amount of money. And they reduced the pay-per-view price on it as well. I get what you mean. Don't get me wrong. I can't pronounce your name. Elapsi. Let's just call you Elapsi. But nah, it's not a disgrace. We've got it. Shit, loads of questions coming through. We're gonna jump on to quite a lot of them. 2 seconds. What's this one? Finally, guess who's back? You're the man. I am the man. I'm owning these things, by the way. Now, like before, when someone used to say you're the man, I said I'm not. I'm owning it. I am. Fuck it, got to own it, innit? What's this one? Sam So says, I'm glad Sky Sports got screwed with boxing with the amount of stupid promotion they gave this Circus Mayweather fight. They deserve it. Guys, it's all about money. Come on, Sam. So you know this. You know it's about money. Like, look, you know, to be fair, look, and we might touch on this Sky Sports Dazn stuff. Sky Sports have gave me some incredible nights. I've loved this Matchroom Sky Sports thing for years. I'm actually quite upset that it stopped. But I do think Dazn and Matchroom is going to be even bigger and better. But I think Sky Sports and Matchroom have a really good partnership for, what was it, nearly 10 years, 11 years, whatever it was. I'm not looking forward to what's coming next, by the way. I'm not looking forward to it at all. I mean, I'm old enough to remember Sky Sports boxing prior to this Matchroom thing. wasn't great. Wasn't great at all. What's this one? Africa Boxing says, you still have principles. That's rare. What's rare? Someone having principles or me having principles? Hopefully you're talking about someone and not me. If you're talking about me, it's pretty cheeky. Pretty cheeky. Beyonce Waters, build your profile and match and then come back to this at a later date. Absolutely no chance. No chance. You know what it is? You've got to do it. You can't do things like that. Not for me anyway. Not for me. And look, that matching thing wasn't in stone. It was just a phone conversation and a couple of follow-up emails. It wasn't like I was offered anything, but they did speak to me. A lot of you guys seem to guess that and know that for some weird reason. But I much prefer what I do here. Much. What's this? Lee Jones says, yes, Ade, it's been a while. Good to see you back. Thank you, my man. Thank you. Thank you. Rowan Perry, I think Floyd tried to finish him but couldn't because of all the clinching. Nah, Floyd could have finished that kid. Floyd could have easy. I mean, Floyd take a step back and look, you're talking, he's 40, right? Yeah, Floyd last fought a legit fight, real fight, 4 years ago. He is still in shape, as you guys saw. He would have destroyed that man if he really wanted to. I just don't think he cared about doing it. There's a couple of times he wanted to hurt him a bit, land good shots, but I mean, they're all headshots. Floyd didn't even really go to the body that much. Floyd was just playing around with that kid, which is, but by the way, though, I mean, that Logan Paul's in shape, isn't he? Jesus Christ, he's a bit of a lump. He's in shape. He's probably a what? Cruiser? Yeah, he is a cruiserweight. Big guy, very big guy. What's this one? Will Frank go to Sky after BT? No, he's not going to go there. He's okay with BT. He's okay with BT. This is in reference to someone saying, when is too much money? Pretty well Flizzy saying, no such thing as too much money. Not for someone like Floyd. His middle name is Money. Floyd Money Mayweather. Let's not forget it was Pretty Boy. That moniker went. His middle name is Money. All he cares about is that. If you can offer that, and you know, it's the risk reward thing as well. We're not talking someone offering him 30 million to come back and fight Terence Crawford or Errol Spence, or you know, someone saying 30 million to fight a YouTuber. Do you understand how silly that sounds? Like, people talking about him ruining his legacy. Do you know how strong-minded and strong-willed you have to be to turn that down? Especially if someone was to play him a tape of Logan Paul versus KSI, which was what Logan's last fight, and say, okay, we're going to give you, and I say 30 million, by the way, I think it's a bit more than that, but let's conservatively say 30 million. Someone's going to tell you, we'll pay you 30 million to have an 8-round exhibition fight with him. And they show him the tape. What do you want him to do? Do you expect him to say no? I don't. Do you expect him to say, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, who's going to say no to that? No one's saying no. No one. Nobody. Telling you, blood. Nobody. People need to be smart and know this shit is just like a circus. I'm glad I didn't pay for it. You know, the one thing I will say is this, though. And by the way, look, Muhammad Ali did exhibition fights as well. And as you can see, I'm the biggest Muhammad Ali fan, one of the biggest I know, actually. I love Muhammad Ali. He did this as well. Let's not forget this. What I don't like, though, is when the greats, the legends, the icons of the sport, and Floyd's definitely is that, do this kind of stuff. I think there's a place for it. I don't like to admit, I think there's a place for it, but I don't like when icons do it. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. That's my only thing. But again, it's too much money. Too much money to say no to. 2 seconds. Some AI gamers, it's like 30 million to walk your dog. It's free money. It's literally free money. I think maybe because it's fighting, there's something that people might not like. It's like someone asking who's just recently retired in the NBA. Not recent, like 4 or 5 years ago. Tracy McGrady, great NBA player. It's like someone saying, would you like to have a one-on-one with this with this scrub, this guy that can barely shoot, we're going to give you this to go down. Of course. Roger Federer, would you like to, have a game? Like any other sport, it's okay. But everyone seems to be so angry because it's boxing. Think of any other sport, this is fine. But boxing, it's like, oh, how dare he? How dare he? No, man. Go and get your money. Go and get your money. Jonathan says, Mayweather should just quit now. He has quit. It wasn't a real fight. He's quit. This one. What do you genuinely think will happen Fury Wilder 3? Wilder now with Malik Scott, but he's 35. Is there any point in getting a new trainer? I do think a new trainer will give you a bit of an edge. Just a little, not an edge to the point where I think he's going to beat Fury, but going into camp, different voice, different tactics, different ideas. You can get excited. Imagine boxing and listen. Imagine listening to the same fucking person for 15 years or whatever it's been. Imagine that same voice. Like just you must go mad. So I think just hearing ideas from someone new. By the way, Malik Scott is no people might laugh at Malik Scott's pedigree as a boxer, but I don't think there's any heavyweight around right now that is seen as many fight camps as Malik Scott. Like Malik Scott is always the guy they go to for sparring. Like he's been to every single fighter's camp for sparring. Like every heavyweight out there right now, Malik Scott has no doubt been in their camp for sparring. So he's got a very, very sort of big boxing brain. It's actually not that bad, a link up. Now, I don't know about his training capabilities, but just in terms of the knowledge of the sport, Malik Scott's a very, very knowledgeable person when it comes to the sport of boxing. I still personally believe that look, Wilder can't fight. I'm not having it from anyone that's going to. Wilder is not a good boxer technically. He's got that, right? He's got that fucking forehammer. But if Fury's on his A game, which I think he looks like he is now, I think he's enjoyed Miami a little bit and Vegas. I think he's on his A game now. Fury should beat him, but yeah, it's gonna be an interesting fight nonetheless. What's Dan Edwards, my man in South Africa? Sowlands to Sky, get ready for Eubank Jr. pay-per-views. I'm sure you guys are aware of this. Most of you would have watched the IFL TV, which I think Eddie mentioned it. But AJ's fights could still very well be on pay-per-view on Sky. So, like everyone thinks they're getting everything on this Dazn app, which is going to go up. It's not going to stay at $1.99 for us UK guys. I expect it to go up to around a $5 and maybe a $10 a month. AJ isn't going to be on that. AJ's fights still was very likely to be on Sky Sports and on a pay-per-view element. I don't expect to see AJ on the Dazn app anytime soon. It's still expect to see AJ fighting on Sky. Expect that. Expect that. We got it. Is this about Wilder? Bad Gasaurus. Wilder will get smashed faster. Look, someone really asking me this question. Is this in reference to FLOYD-Logan? Who do I think won? Come on, brother. Please don't tell me you think that's a real question. Oh, that's interesting. This is a good point. Any other sport wouldn't charge 20 quid here or 50 quid in America for that circus, though. Yeah, boxing's very, very interesting like that, isn't it? To the point where you've got to pay more on top of whatever else you pay to watch it. And that's a good point. Like the other sports might do so-called circus acts, but you don't have to necessarily pay for them like you would boxing. It's a good point. I take that and I agree with you. But again, there is no gun to your head to watch it. And that sounds silly and I don't want it to be like that, but there is no gun to your head to watch. Look, okay. For something that's an elite level thing, so like AJ Fury, right? There's no gun to your head to watch it, but you want to watch it because it's AJ Fury. This is been called a circus act as soon as it was announced. So there's no, we know what it is, but people still paid for it. And those people that paid for it are upset about how it went. You knew what you were paying for. It's a YouTuber fighting one of the greatest fighters of all time. Again, it baffles me as to what people kind of expected from that. Baffles me. What's this one? As a P says, what do you think of the Triple D fight? And will you be doing a live watch along for the Newcastle card? Big Ade, missed you, bro. Thank you, Azza. I thought you looked good. I thought you looked good against Bogdan Dinu. I think Bogdan Dinu's only been beat by Pulev, who he caused trouble to. He caused trouble to Pulev in, I think, the 4th or 5th round. And obviously, Mr. I take every single drug in the book, Jarrell Miller. So, I mean, you know, you've got to be of some note to get him out of there and get him out of there that quick. I thought he looks okay. Look, he dusted off the cobwebs. I think he's going to look better under Shane McGuigan. My fear is that they do the thing that they shouldn't do, which is rush him again. He's only 23 years old. Like, literally, he can wait till all these guys are, like, all the top heavyweights are going to be gone in 3 years. Fury will not be fighting in 3 years. AJ's talked about fighting to 38, 40. He's going to be gone. Wilder's going to be gone. Usyk's going to be gone. Like, loads, Joe Joyce is going to be gone. Just wait. They're talking, and I spoke to Trevor Bryant today. Sorry, Trevor Bryant. I spoke to Gareth A. Davis today about this. They're trying to get Trevor Bryant. That's the fight they want next. Trevor Bryant, who is the WBA, what is he, regular champion? They're trying to get him. It's a bit of a risky fight. But that's what they want to do. I still think he needs to build his confidence. I still want to see him face some adversity, not tough adversity, but some, and see how he responds to that. And then we'll see. I'm not quite sure who they match him up with next, if I'm honest with you. I mean, there's loads of guys in and around the top 30 they can match him up with. But then I guess they're going to have to roll the dice sometime. Maybe someone like, in a couple of fights time, someone like Charles Martin might be interesting. Someone like Gerald Washington, who's been in there with guys who can fight back. But I think Gerald Washington's on that slide where if you hit him, he will go down and stay down, very much like Bogdan Dinu. Someone like that brings a bit of name value. But I was very impressed with Daniel Dubois. Good to see him back. D. Stewart says, how can Wilder be confident in what Malik the diver is training him? You know, it gets to a stage where, look, Malik Scott is not going to, no trainer out there, none, is going to turn Deontay Wilder into a boxer that stylistically is good enough to beat Fury. So what I'm trying to say is that no one out there has got the capabilities of training Wilder into Fury. It's not going to happen, right? He hasn't got that skills. He hasn't got the foot movement. He hasn't got the lateral movement. So really and truly, all you're doing is just making him feel comfortable in camp, putting him in a good mood. I know that sounds very basic, but at this level, I mean, no one's going to make him be anything he isn't already. So just let him enjoy camp. Now, some fighters go through training camps and they hate them. Every time I'm seeing Wilder right now with Malik Scott, there's a smile on the face. It looks like he's enjoying camp, and that's all that I think Wilder needs. Just enjoy camp and see what you can do. Like, there's no point in him trying to turn him into something that he can't. I mean, it's just not possible. I remember when and Ricky Hatton's a much better boxer than Wilder. I remember when Ricky Hatton went with Floyd Mayweather Sr. Do you remember that in the lead up to the Manny Pacquiao fight? And he's trying to do things. I'm like, what is he doing? He can't do any of this. And in the end, I think we all saw the outcome. Don't get me wrong, it was Manny Pacquiao, but you can't change it. So right now, just a smile on his face, let him get through camp, and then we'll see. Joshua Flynn says, good to have you back, Chief. What did you think of Haney versus Linares? I feel sorry a bit for Haney in this one. Haney got tagged, yeah. We saw it. Everyone saw him get tagged. And everyone's made such a big deal with it. Linares was always going to be dangerous. Jorge Linares is sharp. And I said that for me, I didn't know where Haney was. But in the end, Haney got the job done. But it's almost like these boxers now, you can't even get tagged. Can't even wobble a little bit. It's like, so weird. Like Ryan Garcia got knocked down by Luke Campbell. Yes, he got up and stopped him, but he got knocked down, flattened on the floor. And I almost feel like Haney's got more stick from being wobbled than Ryan Garcia has for getting knocked down. Strange. But yeah, I thought Haney looked done well first sort of 8-9 rounds. I thought Linares is always, unless you can dent him and get rid of him, he's always going to be there or thereabouts. Always sharp. Always. No problem. No problem. I mean, Linares can cause you problems. Put Loma down. Man, I was at the O2 arena where he fucking hurt Kevin Mitchell. Stopped him. He's a sharp, sharp man. But yeah, look, at the end of the day, Haney won 9 rounds to 3, 10 rounds to 2. Good performance. Good performance. Shit, there's so many questions coming in. This one is interesting from Karma. Karma says, how did Daniel Dubois shoot up in the rankings over Joe Joyce after losing their fight? It makes no sense. Makes no sense at all. I mean, it's nonsense, isn't it? Like, what's he got now? WBA international belt. It's just bullshit. Can't stand it. Can't stand it. But that's boxing. Karma, you asked that question. You know the answer. The answer is it's boxing. You know, we guys, we all love a dodgy sport. We all love it. There's no rules. This is the wild, wild west. Haven't we seen it with all this nonsense arbitration and what's gone on and all these belts and all this crap? But we love it. Hence why you guys have missed me, because we all love it together. We all love it together. Oh. I'm going to read this, but come on, this is silly. I'm going to read it because it's there. Haney, I'm sure you meant to say Haney, not Henny, but we'll stick with it. Haney got exposed at last. Kid is a bum at world level. Can anyone fancy responding to him? Allan Taylor says, I'm waiting to hear the Fury versus AJ sparring story. You heard that? I can't. What am I gonna? I don't know what to do anymore about all this. This is interesting. Quinlan says, do you like what Big John Fury had to say about Fury Wilder 3? Have you guys seen that interview? I think it's BT Sports. He goes in. He is not happy about his son fighting Deontay Wilder. He almost feels like, what did he say? He said, there's a bunch of yes men around Tyson Fury. He's not happy. He says, Fury was preparing for AJ and all of a sudden things have changed. And that what Fury really should do is come back home, reassess everything, think about everything, and then sign on the dotted line to fight Wilder. I don't know if that's how it works. If I'm honest with you, I don't think he's got the opportunity or the ability to do that. I think he has to sign. But it is interesting that John Fury isn't really on board with it. It is interesting. Meardane says, is that right? Meardane. Haney is talking rubbish about being hurt. Haney is talking rubbish about being hurt is why people give him stick. And even the crowd were booing him in the last 3 rounds, turned into a hug fest. Dude, what is he supposed to do? Look, first of all, Haney's a young kid. He's a young kid. So I get it. Young kids have this kind of, I'm not hurt. I wasn't hurt. We all saw it. He was hurt. Clearly was hurt. And I like the experience of hugging. He's got an experience to, okay, I've got a hold. I've seen so many kids get actually excited by the crowd and try and have a shootout. What are you doing? Don't have a shootout with Linares. Linares would knock you out. It's smart. You're hurt. Your legs are still not under you. Hold and survive and to another day. In 3, 4, 5 fights time, no one's going to remember this. Once he goes in there with the Ryan Garcias and the Javante Davises, maybe even Teofimo, no one's going to remember this. Survive another day. This is Jorge Linares we're talking about. This ain't no bum. Jorge Linares is legit. Legit. Still got a lot in the tank. Aj-usyk update. They've offered Usyk some money. This is Matchroom. I spoke to Frank Smith today, CEO of Matchroom Boxing. That's the fight they want to make. But look, if Usyk, we are, I think, in danger of AJ vacating this belt, you know. I think the only reason he wanted to keep the belt was to make it undisputed. If he can't make the undisputed and Usyk doesn't accept the terms, I think they might just vacate. I know that. And some people will look like as though AJ's ducking Usyk. Some people will say, no, he just wants to, you know, go his own path. But there is, there is a danger of Usyk not accepting the offer and them just vacating. I mean, Eddie Hearn has said for I think the last couple of weeks they don't want to be dictated to. I don't know what boy. So we'll see. Tolu says, Ade, do you think Haney stands a chance against Teofimo, or should he keep away from that for now? I would always favor Teofimo in that fight. I think Teofimo is just the better boxer of the two. I like Teofimo a lot more than I like Devin Haney, but he's definitely got a chance. Definitely got a chance. I don't mind seeing Devin Haney versus Richard Comey. I mean, Richard Comey came back with a good win. He's had 2 wins, I think, since the Teofimo loss. 2 or 3. 1 second. Oh, 1. Shit, that was his first fight since the Teofimo defeat. Jeez. Well, he's got a win back now, so I think I wouldn't mind seeing that fight. But look, if you want to make an undisputed, that's the route you've got to go. It's an undisputed fight between the two. But look, to be fair, Teofimo is not going to easy against Kambosos, That's no easy scrap. So let's see how Teofimo gets past that one first. But yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Teofimo versus Devin, but I would favor Teofimo. What we got here? Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to flick through. There's quite a lot of questions are coming in. I do apologize. They're trying to flick through. A lot of you are asking about fights that I've not seen yet, so there's no point. What's this one? Chris says Ortiz just got promoted in the WBA. I'm guessing rankings for no reason. So Ruiz Ortiz next. PBC will, I'm guessing you're saying own here the WBA. Boxing. This is why I wasn't too upset about being off for a week. A lot of bullshit in it. What else have we got here? What's this one? Teofimo Lopez talking crazy about Josh Taylor, and I'd rather him fight Haney than move up. Yeah, well, yeah, look, I think we'd rather see Haney. It depends what offer Dazn can make to him. I think Dazn are going to try and make the offer where Teofimo has to come over and fight. With Teofimo right now, look, we know what's going on. Looks like he's ready to fight on any platform. Obviously, having this fight against Kambosos on Triller. So I think he will be open to fighting on Dazn, but you just got to make him a very, very good offer. And I think Eddie Hearn will. I think it'll be a very good offer. It's a fight we want to see. It's a fight we want to see. Undisputed, great fight. But I would favor Teofimo, and then let's see what he can do if he does move up to 140. Josh Taylor is a great fight, but there's others out there as well. I'd love to see Prograis. I don't know why he would fight Prograis. Prograis has no belts, but it's just a matchup I'd like to see. Let's have a look. This one. Zak Ela says, what if Wilder beat Tyson and AJ beat Usyk? How's the top 3 heavyweight would look like? What if Wilder beat Tyson and AJ beat Usyk? Well, if that happens, AJ is the best in the world. AJ is number 1. It's that simple. I don't know about number 2 or 3, but AJ is number 1. Look, that could happen. Like, anything could happen here. Anything could happen. Like, who's really going to be super shocked if Wilder was to knock out for you? I wouldn't. I mean, I'll be watching it, I'll be like, oh my God, I'll probably have a little fucking mini heart attack. But boxing, man, anything can happen. And Usyk could beat AJ. He could. Pray to God he doesn't, but he could. Oh, fight camp. Guys, remember when I was saying about that prize? Like, oh, we need to do something. Fight camp is July 31st. I said July or June? It must be July. It must be July 31st. And they're having fans there. All right, so we need to somehow get this going. They're having fans at fight camp. I need to somehow sort this out. We need to somehow sort the prize out for 2 people. Did I say 2 or 3? To come down, have some drinks, have some fun, and then go and watch the fights at fight camp. I think they're announcing the first one, I'm pretty sure, is the 31st of July. And then it's like dates after. They were going to start on the 24th of July, but obviously that's Wilder Fury. So they're starting the week after. So that's what we're gonna do. That's it. I need to think of the prize, or I mean how you enter and whatever, all that shit. But that's what we're gonna do. Fight camp. I think that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. Okay. What's this? Fight camp is the fucking shit. I thought you were saying it's fucking shit. Yeah, fight camp is good. That's gonna be fun, man. And it's gonna be weird to see them having fans. Like, how many fans can they have? Are they building like a little mini kind of arena in it? I don't know how they're gonna do it, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Don't know how we're gonna do this in terms of like the questions, but yeah, I think that's gonna be interesting. What's this one? Asim Hussein says, Ade, will you be doing a live for the Ritson card? No. I've had a look at the card. No, I will not be. What's this? Quinlan says, Eddie said 300 to 400, but who knows by then? Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna, yeah. It's not a bad number, actually. I think it'll be a bit more than that. I think it'll be a bit more than 300 to 400, but it's gonna be interesting. It'd be nice if it's around 600 to 700, but it's all gonna be about space and it's gonna be quite tight. What's this one? Jared Hurd is the biggest fall from grace. Was expecting more from him in the future Charlo unification fight. Man, this is boxing. Problem with Jared Hurd was a couple of things. Number one, the weight cut, and number two, Jared Hurd has to take one to land one. That doesn't last in this sport. Taking one to land one does not last in this sport. It doesn't, unfortunately. There's so many fighters that have been like that, and eventually it will catch up with you. So yeah, it's a shame, but that's just the sport of boxing, unfortunately. Off boxing just for a sec. You missed my last chat. What did you get up to last week? Last week I went to. I did 3-4 days of doing absolutely nothing. When I mean nothing, I mean nothing. I mean eating Haagen-Dazs and watching Netflix. That's what I did. But then, for 3 days, I went to Devon. I went to a wonderful place called Salcombe in Devon. Beautiful, beautiful people. Just relaxed by the beach. Drunk a lot, ate a lot, walked a lot, and then repeat, and then came home. Far drive though, very far. Like took me like 5 hours to get there. Yeah, very, very far, but it was worth it. Really enjoyed myself. There you go. That's what got up to last week. What's this? Someone's recommending. What should we do? Why don't you do predictions for fight camp? Pick a winner and method of victory. Whoever gets most points wins your prize. No, because I want to do it for the first week. Yeah, we're gonna need to think back because I feel like a lot of people are gonna enter that. A lot of people. It's gonna be interesting. Would you rather AJ versus White 2 or AJ versus Usyk? AJ versus Usyk all day long. All day long. Like, and this is no disrespect to White, because everyone feels like when I say this, I'm being disrespectful to White. I've seen it. I want to see AJ versus. I've not seen AJ Usyk. I want to see it. You know, I don't even know if AJ Usyk have even sparred before. I doubt it. So I'm desperate. Pardon me. I'm desperate to see AJ versus Usyk. If obviously we can't see AJ versus anyone else, I'm not interested in AJ White yet. I mean, I guess the real question is, would I rather see AJ White or see AJ Ruiz free or AJ Ortiz or any of the other names that we're starting to hear? Then AJ White 2 would be above it. I'd rather see AJ White 2 than AJ Ruiz free or AJ Ortiz, because Ortiz is now done. He's past it. But of those two options, AJ Usyk all day, my man. All day. What we got here? 2 seconds. Paul Moss, even Ade. I think Fury is going off the rails, distancing from his dad and parting again. Could see a Wilder upset. A few people are saying it. Although he did recently say that he's now kind of just gone under the radar again. He's going quiet. He has to concentrate on the fight. But then I'm pretty sure a couple of days later he did a video talking about some sort of either a dieting app or a betting app. I can't remember which one it was. So he went under the radar for like a couple of days. But look, I think once he gets serious, he gets serious. And I think he's far too good for Wilder, but who knows? W. Fonten says Joe Joyce deserves a day on the lights too, bro. He does, man. Like, what's going on with Joe Joyce now? Like, what's happening? Like, that Usyk fight looked like it was a done deal, and now this. Like, fucking hell, man. He's like, it's madness to think that he had that fight with Daniel Dubois. He won. Daniel Dubois has recovered from that horrific injury and fought Bogdan Dinu, and Usyk's done nothing. I mean, sorry, Joe Joyce has done nothing. Crazy. Oh, this is interesting. And maybe there is something to do with this. If Usyk doesn't sign a rematch, Joshua vacates, in my opinion. I don't know if you can do that with a mandatory. I'm not quite sure. I'd have to read up on that. What's this? AJ clearly ducking Usyk. It's so frustrating. Why is AJ clearly ducking? What do you think AJ is scared of Alexander Usyk? I'm confused. This is the same AJ that we know now wanted to fight Deontay Wilder. That's fact now, right? Deontay Wilder's admitted this himself. This is the same AJ that we know wanted desperately to fight Tyson Fury. We know this now. But you think that he would want to fight Wilder, want to fight Fury, but duck Usyk because Usyk is some scary fucking Highlander. No. Ade leaving Sky for Dazn. Not true, not true, not true. What else we got here? People remember what you do last. I hope Floyd doing these exhibitions don't hurt his legacy. No, they don't. People certainly do not remember what you do last. They certainly don't, especially if what you do during your time as a fighter is good. Like when you think of everything of like some of the best fighters, when you think of Muhammad Ali, no one remembers Muhammad Ali's last fights against. Well, they do remember him, but it's not what they remember of Muhammad Ali. No one thinks, oh, Larry Holmes and Spinks. No, no, no. You ask people what they think about Muhammad Ali, they always say Joe Frazier, right? They'll say the Sonny Liston. You know, they'll talk about George Foreman. They talk about that. They don't think, oh, but let's not forget the Larry Holmes fight and the Spinks fight. So I certainly don't agree with that. Even Manny Pacquiao, like if Manny Pacquiao gets smashed by Errol Spence, which is very, very likely, I don't think anyone's thinking, oh, Manny Pacquiao. No, you remember what he did when he was Pac-Man. Well, it depends how old you are, but I remember everything. I remember the Morales fights. I remember all those Barrera. That's what I remember. Marquez. Do you know what I mean? Hatton, Cotto. So I don't think it is what you remember about someone last. Personally, good point, no, but not for me. Paul D says Dazn should get Paulie Manalaji commentating. He's so good at analyzing. Eddie's built this up quite well. Like watching interviews recently, he's been saying, "Oh, this is going. We've got the best in the business coming." I am so intrigued as to who he's going to have in his team. So intrigued by it. I do wonder if some of the Sky people will come over. Like, will Carl Froch come over? I know he's done a couple of things for DAZN recently, hasn't he? He was part of the DAZN setup for the Canelo fight. Will he come over? Will Tony Bellew, who seems to have a really good relationship with Eddie, come over? If he does, is he one of the best, though? I think there is a very, very, very good chance that Paulie's part of it. And then we'll see who else is part of it. But I think Paulie almost seems to be guaranteed, I think, to be part of it. Yeah. Paulie's great. What else we got? Sorry, Pete. First time I see Floyd without a shine head. It's weird to see Floyd with this beard and hair all of a sudden. I find it quite strange, but it is what it is. Kean Parker says vacating will be a clear duck. Klitschko put rematch clause in his mandatory defenses. It's wrong and defeats the point of working your way into a mandatory shot. Okay, okay. This is what. All right. Does anyone out there like genuinely think that that AJ is scared of Alexander Usyk? Like, is that a thing? Is that just like a thing now? Like some people really think that AJ would duck Alexander Usyk. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm an AJ fan a bit. I just don't see like the fear of. I don't see what is scary about Usyk. I think he's a good fighter. I think he was a very good fighter at cruiserweight. I haven't seen much at heavyweight to think, oh my god, he's this scary wrecking machine. Haven't at all. I actually was very interested in Usyk versus Joe Joyce, but okay. What's this one? Yeah, it's the speed. What speed? What speed? Go back and watch his fight against Chisora. What speed are we talking about? I think people are honestly thinking about the Usyk at cruiserweight. I think they've got that stuck in their head a bit. And rightly so. I understand it because he was so good. But come on, man. Mm, what else we got here? Zak Ela says Usyk doesn't want to sign a rematch. That's why Eddie threatening to vacate. Why would Usyk not want to sign a rematch? Like, why would you not want to sign a rematch that would make you more money than any other option out there? It's not that. I think it's just a case of he wants more money for the first fight. I don't think it's anything to do with a rematch, if I'm honest with you. I think it's just a case of it's all down to money, in it. Look, they're prize fighters. The prize is money. It's not about the belts. Usyk would make more money in a rematch than in any other option out there, unless those options are Wilder and Fury, which they're not going to happen. So I don't think it's about him not wanting to sign a rematch. I think it's a case of how much money's in the first fight and the rematch. All comes down to pounds and pence and dollars and cents. Always has, always will. Always has, always will, people. Sadiq Boxing says if he vacates, he's definitely scared. You know how many fighters have vacated belts over the years and we don't even like, doesn't matter. You don't hear it. Like, just, nah, I'm not doing it. Take a belt. Like, fuck your belt. Don't want it. Like, doesn't mean anything to them. Many fighters have done that over the years and no one says that. No one uses the, oh, he's scared thing. It's just, didn't want to fight it, vacated it. Strange. Strange. It's an interesting question. Who would you like to see Chisora fight next? I have, and this is, I love Chisora, yeah. I do, but I have no interest in seeing Chisora fight again. I'm done. Like, I was so angry. I done the live watch along for Chisora versus Parker. I've never been so upset doing a live watch along before. I was so upset by that fight. Like, it was so crap to the point where I have no care about what Chisora does next. None. And again, big Chisora fan, none, no interest whatsoever. No interest whatsoever. Someone said here, Chisora versus Caballero. They've already done that fight. Caballero beat him. All right, I forgot that European title fight in when was that European title fight again? It was, can't remember when it was now. About 4 years ago. Don't see that shit again. It was awful. Is that the Rory Jennings? Oh, that is Mr. I don't even want like to call him Chelsea Rory anymore because he's more than that. He's a broadcaster. Let me tell you how Rory's channel is madness. Rory started his channel, I'm gonna say 7-8 months ago. I think Rory's channel's on like 130,000 subscribers in 7 or 8 months. Like, I work hard. I put the work in. He actually works harder than me. And I'm not just saying it because he fucking gave me a $5. It's true. Go and check out his channel. This man works hard. He's grafting like no man's business. So thanks for the money, Rory. Much appreciated. I would have preferred that coffee today, but we'll take it. No need for the kiss on the end, though. See that Oladipo kiss? No need for that. We could just Oladipo would have been fine. Oladipo full stop would have been okay. Peace. We got here. Oh, I like this one though. You know what? I'll take it all back. This one will be interesting. Chisora versus Ariyo Ade next would be an interesting fight. Yes, it would be. How interesting? That would be very interesting. Wouldn't mind that. Wouldn't mind that at all, actually. And someone else has sent this one. Chisora versus Dubois. You would watch Ade. I'd watch it. Chisora versus Dubois. Who would win that? Good fight, though, innit? I was just upset about Chisora versus Parker for most of you, but yeah, Chisora versus Dubois would be a good fight. What's this one? Allan Taylor says, Ade, if you could make a fantasy fight card with current fighters, pick a 5-fight card, and what fight would be the main event? Obviously, the main event would be AJ versus Fury. Main event all day long. Should we do it? Quickly. Very quickly. AJ versus Fury. Crawford versus Spence. Fuck me. Crawford versus Spence in a blood. Will be so good. You know what I wouldn't mind seeing? Although I think he would get beat, I wouldn't mind seeing Jamal Charlo, who's the 160 guy, right, versus Canelo at 160. 160, not 168. Wouldn't mind seeing that. I want to see, and it's gonna do it anyway, but Chocolatito versus Estrada, just because we're talking about two geniuses go at each other. Wouldn't mind that either. I think is that the 5. I think that's the 5, right? Final one though. 135 Gervonta Davis versus Teofimo Lopez. Sign me up. How much would that cost as a pay-per-view? That'd be like fucking 500 quid. That's a 500 quid pay-per-view for you right there. Oh, look, this is what I've been told. This is what I need to do. Ask for likes, Ade. 500 watching, 136. Got to do better, gang. All right, can we smash the like button, please, people? Do you mind? If everyone can smash that like button right now to get up to 200, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you very much. John Cahill says, apparently they're looking at putting Joyce in with Takam or Yoka if Joshua Usyk happens. Yoka is going to be an interesting one. Obviously, a repeat of their 2016 Olympics, which everyone thought that Joe Joyce won. Takam, nah, not Takam. Far too old and past it now, so I wouldn't want to see a Takam fight personally. Not at all for me. Not me. I like that. It says, here in the US, I felt like you went missing. I almost sent out a search party. Predictions on Lopez versus Kambosos. Lopez to win on points. Tight fight. I'm telling you now, this fight, I always get my predictions wrong, so this isn't in stone. I'm telling you now, though, I think Lopez will have some problems with Kambosos. He'll have some problems. Will he come through the problems? Yes, he will. But it's not going to be easy work. It won't be easy work. Trust me. This one here. Do you reckon when Joyce's contract ends with Frank Warren, he'll join Matchroom as Eddie and Sam Jones seem to have a good relationship, especially in the last 12 months? Yeah, 100%. I don't know how long he's got left with BT Sports, but with this new DAZN money, and you're right, Sam Jones and Eddie seem to have a good relationship. Yeah, I expect him to go over to Matchroom as soon as, literally as soon as. If I'm Frank, I would have signed him down to a 5-fight contract. That doesn't happen really in boxing, but that's what I would have done. All right, what's the time? We have 5 minutes left, people. What's this one? Tube Faddy says, I saw improvements in Dubois. Chisora versus Dubois would be. What improvements did you see in a round? Fight ended in round 2. What improvements did you see? Like, there was no adversity from Bogdan Dinu. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I didn't see enough there for me to think he would run or beat Chisora. I don't know if I saw enough yet. You know what I really want to see improve is Joseph Parker. He really annoys the fuck out of me. That kid really annoys me. What's this one? I like this. Is this a? You got to read these comments out if they're good. Ade, I just wanted to say you're my favorite boxing-based YouTube channel in the world. He's not wrong, is he? Keep up the good work, bro, and you will reach levels. Trust me, Ade. Keep the hard work going. Gotta love that. Gotta love that. Paul Taylor says, who wins? Spence versus Pac-Man. Spence. I don't even know why I thought of it. Spence. I mean, Pac-Man, come on. He's not beating Spence. He's not beating Spence at all. No chance. If he beats Spence, if Pac-Man beats Spence, I'm not a boxing historian. I don't pretend to be. But surely there's an argument to say that he could be one of the greatest of all time if he beats Spence. That's how big a move this would be. But no, I just can't see it. Richard Petit Jean says Fraser Clark into Olympics, then going to turn pro, could be a big part of the heavyweight scene. Maybe so, but I do think Fraser Clark, like Joe Joyce, is pretty old. Let's have a quick look. Not old, like, I don't think he's like 35 or something, but I think he's in his 30s already. Fraser, 29, 30 in August. Yeah, they'll have to almost do a fast track like they've tried to do with Joe Joyce, and we'll see. But look, clearly he's a good boxer. Good luck to him in the Olympics. Good luck to him. Sam So says, Ade, have you ever been to MGM Grand to watch a fight? I have. I really want to go to Pac Spence. I don't know how to look out for tickets. Have tickets gone on sale already for that fight? I don't know if they have. You'd even need to go to the promotional company. Who's put on this fight? Is it PBC? Pretty sure it's PBC. Or to MGM Grand's website. And it's pretty easy. Or you trying to get press accreditation. Is that what you're trying to do? Where there's a will, there's a way. Ade, who do you fancy in a Yard versus Arthur rematch? Yard. If it happens, I'm not quite sure that. I mean, is that even a given sometimes with this boxing? Who knows? Thomas Newman says, who do you think is on the DAZN broadcasting team? Froch, Paulie, any wild cards? How bummed would fans be if Johnny Nelson was added? Johnny's actually not that bad, you know, as a kind of a build-up person. I do think they need to have a bit of a more of a relaxed element to it. Is it the Ak and Barak show? Is that what that is in America? Something similar. I think they need to do something like that. Yeah. There's loads of people, you know. I'm really intrigued. I wouldn't be shocked if there's a big surprise on it, like something you from left field. That wouldn't shock me, like Travis J or KJ the comedian, someone a bit different wouldn't shock me. And it'd be good to see those kids get an opportunity. I say kids, we're all the same age. All right, guys, a couple more minutes. What we got? What we got? Hey, you know what I'm watching? This is so random. I'm watching on Netflix right now. This is so random. Nothing to do with boxing, but I'm finding it weirdly entertaining. Ragnarok. Is that how you say it? Ragnarok. Are you watching it on Netflix? Like to do with like four, but it's really like it's actually in Norwegian. Like it's anyway. Sorry, I thought I'd just tell you that I'm watching it. Then you don't have to watch it. You don't have to watch it. What we got here? All right, last couple. You hated it. Kian Parkers, I hated it, Ade. Very low budget. It is low budget. I admit it's low budget. It is so low budget. It's scary. It's like it's bad, but I like it. I like it. It was fun. All right, guys. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. I'm gonna do a video tomorrow morning, do my usual roundup of everything that's happened. But I just wanted to say hello to everyone again. Say what's good in the hood. It's nice to have you back. Mitesh Chauhan says, where is your whiskey? Talking about whiskey, well on. I got this drink the other day. I don't know if you guys have seen this. Hold up a second. I want to go and get it quickly and put my laptop down. I want to get this drink. Tell me what you think. So I got this drink the other day. See that? On my travels. Never seen it before. So I was very intrigued, but I was like, what is that? Espresso vodka. Never seen this before. Anyone seen this before? I've never seen it. I was really like, pretty good. Grown, distilled, and bottled on our home farm in Herefordshire, England. I'll tell you how it tastes. What is that? Loads of you this messaging. Looks lethal. It does look lethal. Show it again, says Brody. Let me show it again. Just because you're asking, Brody, I'm going to show you again. Now, I've not opened it. I have no idea. It cost a couple of quid as well, you know. It weren't cheap. But I was like, what is this bottle? So I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it and see what it is. All right. What's this one? Get ready for the hangover of your life. Hey, it's only one life, mate. Live it. Live it. All right. What's this one? That's the perfect drink for Ade. You're damn bloody right it is, mate. All right, guys. Peace and love. We're back. We're back in the building. We're back doing vids. Thank you so much for passing through the channel tonight. We're gonna be busy the next week. Euros obviously starting. So we've got a lot of work coming up, which is why I needed a break. I took this break just because I know this next week's going to be ridiculously busy, but it's good to be busy. So thank you for all being patient with me. Peace and love. I will see you tomorrow when I do a vid before work and I drink my coffee. Peace. I love doing that, like when you move the mic. Peace, peeps.